What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. My name is Splattercat. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be leading a group of goblins to success and magic and wizardry and hilarious hats. Today we're playing Goblins of Elderstone yet again. I haven't covered this game since 2019, like mid-2019, I think. And so it's time to check on in. They've had a bunch of big updates since the last time we played. Let's see what progress has been made with the early access and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list. If after watching this is something you wanted to do, you can look down below. You will find links to my Twitch, you will find links to my socials, and you will also find a link to the game so you can get it for yourself. Let's play. Yeah, let's start the game off. Alright, so we get to pick between three of these. Random, Pantheon, story. Like, yeah, dude, let's choose our origin story. I feel like this is important. What is our creed, says Ruby Eye. How will we live in the days to come? We can be good, we can be neutral, or we can be evil. Let's be neutral. Neutral sounds good. We don't want to trifle with the humies and whatever, you know, their undertakings are. Copperface descends from the sky to walk with Ruby in the crossroads of destiny. What path should the goblins take? The path of war, the path of trade, or the path of... Dude, I'm interested in making a goblin cult. Let's do that. We're going to make a goblin cult that lives out in the woods. And, like, all you hear in the middle of the night is just this murmur of just, like, washasa. Like, I want that to happen. I want all to fear the woods that the goblins live in. But we're actually nice guys if you get to know us. We're actually nice guys. Moongast has risen from the earth to walk with Ruby Eye along the chosen path to the woods of wonder. What secrets shall I find in the shadows of the forest, she asks the gods who whisper through the leaves. Copperface leans against a tree and listens. Moongast watches from the distance. We can worship... Oh, this is what kind of magic do we have? So we can have arcane magic, nature magic, or divine magic. Let's go with divine magic. We're going to be divine goblins so that none can ever deny us. Golden Tongue emerges from the woods and returns with Ruby Eye to her citadel in the misted hills. The air stinks of death. Goblin skeletons are scattered upon the scorched earth. Who did this, demands Ruby Eye. Who took my children from me? Copperface listens with pity, and Moongast peers at the bones. Alright, so we can choose our enemy. It can be humans, it can be an elf, it can be dwarves, or it can be orcs. I feel like we should keep the green skins close. They're green, we're green. It's just, you know, it's a green thing. Alright, humans? You just wouldn't understand it. Okay? We'll go with just humans as our enemies. Alright, so the story so far. That's just a synopsis, so I think we're good to go. Oh, if you mouse over the different gods, it'll give you a little pop-up tooltip telling you all about them. That's really rad. I like that. So, our choices have made this Pantheon. Copperface. We have Moongast. And then we also have Golden Tongue. I like Golden Tongue. He looks like he appreciates drinking. I appreciate drinking. Alright, so now we gotta make a new village. We'll call this village, oh, I don't know, Stormwaker. That sounds good. That sounds like a really good name for a village. We've gotta pick a place to live, too. Let's go with a large map. Let's do a big one. Yeah. We can live here. There's scarce stone there. Everything's moderate on this side. I feel like that sounds okay. You definitely need stones, dude. There are, like, unplayable maps in this game that will get you murdered. Like, just be aware of that there's, like, areas you can settle in that basically doom you to failure at the beginning. That seems pretty good. We'll go with that one up there. Let's pick our goblins. We're going to be defending ourselves from threats, so I think we should probably have, like, that's not going to be... I'll decide my chief later. Let's get, like, 3 warriors. 3 people that have good war stats, I think. So we'll go with, like, you, and you. And you've actually got a decent trade stat, too. We need a trader. We're going to need someone of faith. We're going to need... Let's see here. I'll take you. I will take... Who is here? I'll take you. You're kind of like roundabout and you've got decent faith. And then we need a priest to be kind of like our leader. That sounds pretty good. We don't have to take all these guys. Our clan is going to be the Stormwaker clan. It's, you know, there we go. Perfect. And then we got to change our banner over here. Let's pick a banner. And we'll go with that one right there. We're the Stormwaker clan. So I feel like something like that looks really, really good. I feel like that's aesthetically pleasing. Enable tutorial. Yeah, you can leave the tutorials on. Why not? Ooh, I like the new load screens. Those look pretty good. Alright, so we gotta pick a place to put our village. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint if you're a new player to this game. Don't settle anywhere where there's no stone. I've learned this lesson the hard way. You will die. And in fact, this little valley right here looks pretty good. We can look around, but I don't think we're gonna find much better than this valley over here. Yeah. Let's go to these. Let's go with this. Is this pond over here like fishable or something? Interesting. We'll go with right here. This sounds really, really good. So we'll put the center of our camp right there. Perfect. Center of the camp has been unlocked. One thing that I have noticed while playing the game, while we're appraising just kind of like features, if I pause the game with the spacebar and I press the spacebar again, it doesn't unpause the game. That's really, really odd coming from somebody that plays a lot of RimWorld and is very used to colony managers like this game. You actually have to go down here and click this to turn it back on, and I'm not super sure why that's a thing. We'll go ahead and put a priority gather on those berries right there so that we can get some food put together. Put a priority gather right there as well. We've got bones. Dude, we've got everything over here. We've got it all. So the first thing we got to build is a grand hall. That's a place for our king and like 8 of his friends to live in. So we'll put that right there. The Goblin King. He erects his great tower so that all goblins will know that goblinity is upon them. Let them all make the great pilgrimage to Goblinium, where we will concoct our plans to destroy the humans, who, after all, are our enemies. It's like, you know what? I didn't make them my enemies. They decided to be my enemies. So we'll get that done right there. We don't need a Warrens right now. We do need a storage, so I think that's a pretty good idea. We'll put a storage building, like, right there. And then after we've got our storage, I do think that being able to fight fires would be a really good idea, but we'll figure out where we want to put that in a minute. I think, what do we have here? A trade hall, a crafting hut. Crafting hut sounds like a really, really good idea as well. So we'll put a crafting hut that just kind of runs off of our storage over to here. I mean, I guess I could do it like that. We'll just put it right there. All right, so the first couple buildings are all ready to rock. What you're going to see is all of our goblins are going to run off. They're going to auto-gather all of the things that we need in order to build all these things. There's no hands required. Oh, we've got considerable graveyards over here. Okay, I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake. Not a great plan on my part. The bad guys spawn literally like inside of our city. So I'm just going to like roleplay this and say that like, hey, we've made our city on top of like an ancient mausoleum. You know, but like this was the real choice on this map. Like everywhere else, like over here, for example, no rocks. Over here, no rocks. Over this way, no rocks. I know what you're saying. You're saying that looks like a rock. It's not. It's not. And you can't harvest these until you have a specialized building that can get those. So like, realistically, this was pretty much the only place we could build our city. I don't mean to be a big Debbie Downer or anything, but, like, we needed these rocks. They're the only ones on the map. So we didn't really have a choice. We'll have to deal with the frequent attacks that are coming on in and the amount of just kind of, like, violence that's going to be coming at us. We can assign haulers over here. I'm not going to do that, but I would recommend assigning breeders. I'm going to have Tink breed, and I'm going to have Glitch breed because you get, like, a hybrid of their stats. So you should end up with some kind of like middle-of-the-road goblins from that breeding pair right there. Like goblins that basically have like 4 in everything. Like 4 in war, 4 in trade, and 4 in the divines. And then later on what we'll try to do is we'll try to breed goblins to be like hyper-specialized. But for right now we just need peons. We need people to go out and just like do stuff. Baby has already been born. So there you go. How about that fertility? That's a bonus of one of the gods that we selected is that we're hyper-fertile. So we shouldn't have any problem replacing our losses as time goes along to make up for the fact that we live in a literal war zone right now. And, you know, we're almost into the spring right now. The spring is the most hallowed season to all goblins. That is the month of Dimbu Dimbu, which is a special festival where we just celebrate being greenskins, man. We fill up buckets with rocks. We throw them off of cliffs. I'm sure it's symbolic of something that happened like 1,000 years ago. Nobody can tell you what it is. Then after that, we have berry fights where we throw berries at each other. Like it's basically a legalized food fight. With the berries that are left over, we ferment them and we get super drunk and then we throw more stuff off cliffs. That's it. That's Dimbu Dimbu in a nutshell. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, Goblin Life 101 from ya boy Splatty. All right, so these guys are all living inside of here now. We have 8 out of 12 goblins housed inside this place. The next thing we're going to need, winter, is, can you see that little scary blue bar right there? Winter is kind of bad in this game. Like, winter will kind of murder your face off. And what you need is a kindler. If you don't have a kindler, you can't make firewood, and everybody freezes to death. Once again, I learned this lesson the hard way. I learned this lesson the super hard way. We'll go ahead and put that over there, and we'll get back to constructing. I would suggest that you move very, very fast your first year on the map. This game is not forgiving in the early game the same way that, like, default RimWorld is, where, like, it's kind of hard to wipe your colony on the default difficulty in RimWorld, like, in the first, year or so. Like, they give you a lot of leeway in RimWorld, and then after that, the difficulty accelerates very rapidly, and if you haven't been preparing for it, you die, but at least you get 4 or 5 hours of relative peace before you get annihilated. This game, you can die very much, like, in the first 10, 15 minutes. Like, there's certain considerations, and there's certain buildings you're going to need to build. Otherwise, you're just not going to pull through. You're just not going to make it. Over here at the crafting hut, it's almost done. The Kindler's going to need to get done. They've already delivered the stone. That looks so good, dude. My last colony that I made in this game, the rocks were like over by like this over here almost, where it was a really long walk. And I just physically, I couldn't construct things fast enough to prepare for the first winter. That's what I mean is I think there may need to be a little bit of a balance pass with the map generation, just to make sure that each map is in fact like playable. It does give you a fairly accurate synopsis of... Yes, definitely make axes. It does give you a fairly accurate synopsis of what's going to be on the map, but on this map we kind of got both lucky and unlucky. All the hand gatherable stones are in one spot. Usually they're spread out a little bit more, but like I said, we really didn't have any choice but to build right here, knowing what I know about this game. Crafting hut is done. We need to assign crafters. I think people that have good trade should be crafters, and look at that. You get a specialized hat. I told you guys this game is like TF2. It's a game all about wearing hats. In fact, I wish in the real world we all wore hats that sort of signified what our job might be. You know, if you're a lumberjack, we just have like a, we have like a plushy log you have to wear on your head. If you're an accountant, you wear like a Ushanka, but on top of it, it's got kind of like a plushy pot of gold. You know what I mean? If you're a YouTuber, I don't know what we would put on top of our heads, in all honesty. It'd probably just be a dunce cap. I have to take it to the council, dude. I got to radio it on up the chain. We got to get all the vloggers in on it and everything and have them decide what they want to wear on their heads. There's a chance that it may just be like a big makeup stick on top of your head, since 90% of this site nowadays is just makeup tutorials. I don't know, dude. It really could be something entirely unrelated to what I do, so maybe I shouldn't wish that hard for things like job-related hats that you have to wear mandatorily. Otherwise, a government agency come and snatch you in the night and be like, get over here. Slap, 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 slap. All right, so the stopgap in our production right now is we need more axes, unfortunately. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to build the woodcutter's hut over here. And that's kind of where we've run into problems. In the Kindler, we need some logs, and we can't get logs until this is done right here. It's log, it's big, it's round, it's wood. I do like how the crafting hut is animated. It's actually got like a giant like hand drill on top of it that turns as you're producing things. Like, this game is so wonderfully like tongue-in-cheek. Like, there's so many cool little things about this game. I really am hoping for the best for this game. It reminds me of Hearthstone in a lot of ways. It reminds me of Stonehearth in a lot of ways. And that like the aesthetic design choices are very, very on point, and the whole game just kind of like oozes charm. Somebody should bring over some axes pretty soon. I should maybe assign a hauler. Let's assign a hauler. Epop, congratulations. You're a hauler. You get to wear a cool pirate bandana from now on. Your job is just to move things from place to place, I guess. That's your call, man. We can't decide what the goblin gods give us in terms of tasks. The axes have been delivered, so that's ready to rock. We've still got spring. We've still got fall. So, like, there's a good chance we may pull this through and get the Kindler up and running, but I'll keep you posted. I especially like little details. So if you watch our hauler walks normally when she's not carrying anything. But if she loads stuff into her backpack right there, watch when she comes out of the building. Look at that. She walks like she's carrying a load now, and it actually like fills up with stuff. I love little things like that's what I mean is this game has such like a careful attention to detail on the part of each of your little goblins. And that's something that so many games like really, really miss out on. And like forget to implement or just don't have the budget to implement. And that's what I've always liked. I could see that from the beginning with this game when it first came out in early access years ago. Like I could see that with this. Even in its first iterations, I could tell the developers like care. They like the goblins that they're creating this little world for. And like the animations and the way the goblins decorate themselves and their village and the way that they interact with the world. It very much denotes that like the developers are like believers in this project. Like if you don't like a project, you don't put that much effort into it. You know what I mean? There you go. Put on your ceremonial log hat. Perfect. Your ceremonial log hat has been added. We also had another baby born. We now have wood choppers as well. So they should go out and chop down trees. I should think. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to priority harvest some of this stuff just to make sure that they're working on it. They do have a little bit of a walk in front of them when they deliver things, but like, I think it'll be okay in the long term. We should be able to pull this thing out before winter gets here and make sure that everybody doesn't freeze to death. Believe me, winter is going to be the first major stumbling block you're going to have in this game. Winter is bad. Winter definitely has the capability to kill you before you realize it. You'll be playing, you'll run out of firewood, and all of a sudden all you'll see in notifications down here is just like dunk, 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 dunk. So-and-so has died, so-and-so has died, so-and-so has died. It's very much kind of like Banished in that regard, where it's a game where, oh look, they've got different hats on now. Wait, right here, oh, it's a beanie. It's not, I thought it was a wood bucket on his head. It's a little beanie, but the beanie color doesn't match up. Gotcha. Well, they've got 30 of those over there, so that's pretty cool. We may actually only need like one lumberjack. I'm not sure as of right now, but I wonder if they go back to just like hauling and doing the things that they're supposed to do when their building is full. It looks like they take care of their personal need. This man is eating like a man-sized pile of berries, so that's impressive. Let's maybe, I don't know if we have to priority harvest those. Oh, really? The trees come apart. That's kind of cool. So the trees have like kind of battle damage as you chop them down more and more. It's pretty rad. Bring a few more logs over here to the kindler. We'll start mashing out some firewood, and that'll be our first production chain done. That's going to get us through the winter. All right, the building's all ready to rock. I think we get new immigration soon. Like, I'm pretty sure immigration comes through pretty soon, and we're going to end up with, like, some immigrants that are going to help us out. I might be relying on that a little bit too heavily. How many axes have we stored up? We have 29 axes. Okay, you don't have to be a crafter anymore, I promise. You can no longer be a crafter. Go back to being a peon and gather me some berries, because I've noticed that our food supply has kind of taken a dip. And so anyways, if people can bring back some food just to make sure we make it through the winter, I'd like to see that number hit like 100 maybe. That seems about right. Apparently Tink Stormwaker is doing the sideways shuffle. They're breeders, so I assume that the sideways shuffle is a goblin euphemism for, you know, the old poke and squeeze and whatnot. The old exchange of friction. All right, the kindler's up and running. So now we got to decide who wants to be a kindler. I think we can probably, you don't have to be a crafter anymore, I don't think. I think you'll be fine if you're not a crafter. How many people do we have here? We have 8 out of 12. Shouldn't we have children running around somewhere? 3 new babies born, good lord. Apparently goblins have litters. All right, we found out, interesting things. It wants me to build a watchtower, which I think is probably a smart idea. Yeah, bring them logs over here so we can get that firewood going, man. We got to get some serious firewood chopped out. I'm going to deprioritize the sticks for the moment and just have people go back to getting berries. The more food you can bring back for the colony, the better. And we're just going to prioritize food for like this entire season. So yes, let the berry juice flow. I'm actually going to prioritize these berries because they're closer to town. And these ones over here, I'm going to deprioritize them. Just in case. These ones are close though. They can make like a fast run over there. Hauler is working overtime right now. Looks like we are taking care of firewood, hopefully. That guy's just got a log on his head, so his hat is not a distinguished hat. A new adult has joined the city. Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That's really, really good. It looks like each one of these becomes a firewood. So if I can get maybe like 100 of these ready to rock. I don't know exactly how much firewood I'm going to need in order to make it through the winter, but like... Oh, we have more adults joining. Very nice. So we're at 10 out of 12 right now. Our workforce issues are seeming to resolve themselves. I'm going to suggest we make a warrens over here that people can live inside of. I don't particularly like the idea of living in a warren. Living in a warren seems kind of scary, but, you know. Is everybody just hauling for right now? All right, I'm going to take one lumberjack off because I think we may be overproducing a little bit. All right, so autumn has arrived. We are officially autumnal. We're going to put a pause on both those productions for right now. I see you guys going out and gathering stones. You should stop doing that. Yeah, coral to you as well, but, like, we need food. So, you know, winter's kind of long and terrifying. Might not be the worst idea to prep for it. Just throwing it out there. This is sort of frustrating. I don't know why they're still getting rocks. Like, they really should not be getting rocks right now, and yet they're still getting rocks. They should be going and getting food. I don't have rocks prioritized, like, anywhere. My only guess is that they're bringing back rocks. Maybe for this place, possibly? I don't know. I'm a little bit confused. I think most of them are, like, caught up on hauling, too. We may have to go through and... Do I have a job priorities thing? Oh, I need a trade haul first. Okay, like I was going to say, I may need to disable hauling on some of them. It looks like most of them are spending all of their time just moving objects around. Alright, this is my favorite goblin right here. He's the only one that's done what I expected him to do so far. Durgex, good for you, man. Good for you, Durgex. You did, like, you know, it took you an entire season just to do the thing that I asked you to do. Oh my god, they're going to get to it right as winter starts. My heart is freaking broken, chat. My heart is broken. Well, hopefully that one round of gathering is going to be enough to get us through the winter. They're each carrying like 4, so should bump us up to like 85 or so. The undead horde is going to arise again soon. Yes, and we will send them back to their filthy little undead graves, okay? I'm not afraid of them. Oh, they bring back 9 each. Okay, we're probably in good shape then. We're probably good. Alright, so the undead horde, they're going to spawn from over here. As you can see, there's kind of like these little White Walker guys that spawn. It should only be a couple of them. I don't think it should be that big of a deal. It should be alright. Whether or not they fight or they run kind of depends. But, yeah, I was going to say, our lord should come over and fight this guy. Well done. So the first one's been murdered. So the Goblin King has laid low the servants of the enemy in our defense. Well done, Goblin King. All shall fear the great spear of the Stormwaker tribe. What is that? Oh, that guy dropped Juju on the ground? Oh, dude, he dropped Juju. We could get, like, magic if we wanted to. Alright, well, you guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of all of you. You're all wonderful. I know I was a little upset with you during the whole berry gathering part of our lives. Here, go make a well right there. I think being able to fight fires is probably a good idea. It wants me to make a watchtower. My synopsis is that the watchtower should probably be like right here. That'd probably be a good place for the watchtower. So we'll put it down. It looks like it's going to take some axes, some stones, and some logs. It's not really like a difficult construction, so I'm not going to stress about it too much. Oh, they're actually coming in from different graveyards. Well, that's good. That means we're not going to have an amassed force. How's this going to go over here? Let's take a look. Oh, wow, those snowbanks are pretty tall. And actually, that's new, too. The deformation of snow and whatnot that the goblins work their way through. That's a new thing. That wasn't a thing the last time I played the game. It's pretty cool. Oh, they dropped their stuff on the ground to run from the enemy. Are you gonna fight him? There you go. Fight him with your fist knuckles. I believe in you. I believe in you. Yep, keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. There you go. You gotta block your head, you know? It comes from the left. You know, he takes that right at you. You gotta drop that knee, swing the head down in, you know? You gotta get your basics down, goblins. We gotta learn that goblin pugilism out here. I don't know if that's technically the last one. How are we doing on firewood, actually? I did want to watch. Our firewood actually looks really solid. I don't think we have any problems there. Let's go ahead and accelerate the game, and we'll just kind of breeze through winter the best that we can here. We're going to be living off the fat of our storage pretty much for the rest of this season. Doesn't seem to be dropping off cataclysmically, so I think we'll be all right. Okay, so the well is up and running. Now we don't have to worry about fires in this area, which, given the fact that our buildings are made out of wood and also everything that we're burning is wood, I would say that occasional fires are probably to be expected. A shocking number of people in prehistory died because of just, like, fires. The petticoats were the real killers. That's really what you had to watch out for, is petticoats. Ladies burned to death all the time back in the day because they had petticoats, which were kind of these light, fluffy things that padded the inside of the skirts of dresses. And if that caught fire, they were usually made out of, like, you know, some kind of wool or something very burny. And then it's like, boom, you're gone. Like, people used to die of that, dude, like, all the time. Like, all the time. That was actually a pretty common way to go in frontier life. Kind of sad if you think about it, but, you know, history is history, I guess. The Hall of Faith. Okay, but we're going to need somebody, a lumber mill. They'll turn logs into, yeah. I like that idea. I don't have a whole lot of workers right now. But I do think it's possible that we could get there. You've got good trade skill. Congratulations, you're now a crafter. There you go. And yeah, definitely make some swords for our warriors, just in case. Wait, hold on. What? Did somebody just murder somebody else up here? Forgive me here for a second, but I feel like... I feel as though I just saw him murder somebody. Where did the second guard go? Is the second guard over here? Interesting. Did he just murder the other guard, dude? I'm pretty sure he just murdered the other guard. A roving hunter stalks into the village stinking of mud and blood and growls that he wants sticks and tools so that he can make arrows. We not give to growling man-wolf. We trade many sticks and tools for yummy meat to fill our belly. Yeah, we can do a trade. Hunter growls that he is not a cheating trader. He drew his bow and skewers 2 goblins with an arrow before he lope away. Jerk! How could you? Oh no, dude. Where were you at, man? Oh, God. Alright, fair enough. We have lost several goblins now. And my heart is broken. There he is, lying in the mud. There he is, just lying in the snowbank. Is there like a graveyard or something I need to build? I have questions. How do we clear out the dead people? If there is a graveyard, it's got to be like over here. A warg den, stockades, guard tower, barracks, watchtower, the Hall of War. So we can give war chief jobs too. Does he regenerate at all? Dude, I think his health is just like staying down. Yeah, move to campfire. Maybe he regenerates next to the campfire. I just saw that little order right there on that button, so we'll try that on out. Maybe that's like an unstuck button. Never mind. I thought maybe he would go back and like hang out next to it and like regenerate or something. I was wrong though. I really feel as though you guys should probably clear out these dead guys right here. Like, I feel like it's a good idea. Like, I'm sure your hauling tasks are all very important and whatnot. But, alright, you can stop producing firewood. I think we're good on firewood for now. We're sitting at like 300 firewood and our stocks are just like through the roof. Hey, I said stop doing what you're doing. There you go. Good man, good man. Good man. Just stop it. Stop it. You're hurting yourself. Seek out aid. Oh. Well, apparently we can't leave him on the war party for too long, otherwise his aggression rises. Oh, he's mad because he got demoted. Oh, so you can't just like willy-nilly change somebody's job either. Gotcha. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. I'm learning new things right now about the systems that are in play. Oh, we need a temple to get rid of the bodies. Alright, well, we are based on faith, so, like, I feel like having a temple is probably a good thing to build. It'll give them something to focus on, too. Like, this will be a big win for our people in the midst of the cold season. We'll assign somebody to be, like, the high shaman or something like that. I assume that shaman are usually pretty high. In all honesty, I feel like that's something they excel at. It's just being domered. Yeah, there's disease in the area. I figured as much. That dead guy's gone. What do they do with the dead guy over there? You guys moving dead guys without letting me know? We have a very strict policy in this colony not to move dead guys without telling me. That's all I'm saying. There's supposed to be a clear hierarchy of, like, what is getting moved around. And I feel as though moving a dead guy is kind of like a big priority job. Oh, it's been on my screen the entire time because I'm stupid. Awesome. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for this episode on Goblins of Elderstone. I can't wait for this game to be done. Like, I really am excited to see what this project looks like once the early access is finished. You can get it down below in the description. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Don't forget to check out my Discord and my Twitch stream. That's all I got for you. Bye, everybody.